Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Sector 5. I am your host as always, Cody, the Hangman Heinzman. And yes, I know I said that videos would be on a hiatus, but it's the last Friday before WrestleMania. There's no way I could miss an opportunity to do the WrestleMania predictions. So, let's go ahead and get these started after not having a video for the past few pay-per-views. First off, we start off with the pre-show for WrestleMania. We have a fatal four-way match for the Tag Team Championship. We have the current Tag Team Champions, the Usos, taking on the Real Americans, Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro. Also taking on Ryback and Curtis Axel. Also taking on Los Matadores. Now, if you're not familiar with this kind of a match, this is how it works. There's two people in the ring at a time from one of the four tag teams. So it's either going to be, the Usos out in the ring with Jack Swagger. There's only going to be two competitors in the ring, while the other people are out on the outside. They can tag in any member they want. They don't have to tag in their own tag team partner. They can tag in almost anyone. So there's a good chance that if none of the Usos are in the ring, it could be Ryback versus Jack Swagger. I find this somewhat problematic and everything. Not saying I see a loss with the Usos. I mean, there's a good chance. I mean, it's 50-50 split down. Either Usos keep it or Los Matadores take it. And there's still one of the non-heels who has the title. Or Ryback or the Real Americans take it, and then there's the heel. So, getting into it, I don't see the Usos losing. I'm putting my prediction down for the Usos. It's not just because that's who I'm cheering for. It's just they haven't held it too long, and they've only defended it once so far. But then again, it's also WrestleMania. You got to put that into perspective. Anything can happen at WrestleMania. That is going to be a disclaimer for any of these matches. I'll say it this one time, but if you want to rewind and hear me say anything happens at WrestleMania, then go ahead, because that's going to be at the end of every single prediction. So, I'm going with the Usos, mainly because they just got the title recently, and let's face it, I see them as one of the pretty good best tag teams that's in this match. Real Americans are just getting back together, without the controversy anymore. Los Matadores, they're new, and I haven't seen them really do much to deserve the title, really that much. So, that's why I'm not giving it to them. And Ryback, they're pretty good of a tag team. I mean, they haven't shown any controversy or anything, but they're not brothers like the Usos. I mean, you would think brothers would be pretty bad of a tag team, but nah. So, that's my thoughts on that match. So, we go on to the next match. The Shield versus Kane and the New Age Outlaws. Oh, you didn't know? Alright. Shield. Let's look at that. Okay, let's look at what they said tonight on SmackDown. They've only been at one WrestleMania. Last year was their first ever WrestleMania. They were the odds-on favorite to lose against The Big Show, Sheamus, and Randy Orton, and they went out and they won. The only thing that really unifies the New Age Outlaws and Kane is they're working for the Authority, really. So I see Shield winning. Shield is like one of the most dominant tag teams in history. Even with the cracks that they had there for a little while, they worked it out. They're still a dominant tag team. And let's not add the factor that Dean Ambrose is still United States Champion, because as even JBL has said, and if JBL says it, it's got to be something, He doesn't usually go against what most people say. Well, he always goes against, but he usually, with the heel people, he usually doesn't support them or anything. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, the fact that Dean Ambrose is still United States Champion, he hasn't defended it that much. He got it, defended it once against Kofi Kingston, defended it twice against Mark Henry. That's the only title defenses that I can rattle off in my head that he has done. So basically, that's why I'm not adding the factor that they have the most longest reigning United States champion on their roster. So, anyways, with that being said, we go to the 30-man Battle Royal for the Andre the Giant Memorial. Now, here are at least 27 of the competitors that is going to be in that match. We have the Intercontinental Champion, Big E Langston. We have the Broski, Zack Ryder. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. We have Santino Marella. Next we have Fawn Dongo. Then we have the Mexican aristocrat, Alberto Del Rio. And next we have the show-off, Dolph Ziggler. We have the Captain Charisma, Christian. Next up, we have Titus O'Neil. Up next, we have the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Then we have the odds-on favorite to win, The Big Show. Up next, it's because of what he does. It's Mark Henry. Then we have the most must-see WWE superstar of all time, The Miz. Then we have my favorite, Kofi Kingston. Then we have Cody Rhodes. Followed up, we have his brother, Gold Dust. Next up we have one of the members of 3MB, Heath Slater. Followed up by the next member of 3MB, Drew McIntyre. Then we have the final member of 3MB, Jinder Mahal. Next up we have Mr. No Days Off, Darren Young. Next we have the Kajabi Playboy, Great Khali. On next we have Justin Gabriel. Followed by Mr. Boudica 619, Rey Mysterio. After Rey Mysterio is his tag team partner on occasion, Sin Cara. Followed by formerly known as the Funkasaurus, Brodus Clay. And then next is What's Up, R-Truth. And finally, the 27th person that they have, because they have 3 people that are not shown, Brad Maddox. So, out of those 27 competitors, if you caught my key thing, the key person to win, the Big Show. Not just because he's the Big Show, he's the Giant and everything. Think about it. Andre the Giant, Big Show, the Giant. It's just kind of common sense there. If anyone is to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, is the Giant Big Show. It's common sense. 1 + 1 = 2. Just saying. Anywho, that's the end of that one. Let's go to the next one. We have the Vicky Guerrero Divas Champion Invitational. Okay. You have 13 divas in the ring facing for AJ Lee's Divas Championship. You have Natalya, Summer Rae, Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, Cameron, Naomi, Layla, Tamina Snuka, Emma, Oksana, Alicia Fox, Rosa Mendez, and Eva Marie. In the ring for the Divas Championship. And how is this match going to go? All 13 divas are going to be in the ring at the same time, and the winner is after one person gets pinned. Out of the 13 people, it's just going to take a pin to win this. That means if Summer Rae pins Nikki Bella, Summer Rae is your new Divas Champion. If Brie Bella pins her own sister, Brie Bella's the winner. Basically, the odds-on favor is not AJ. If there's anyone I could see winning the title, it's one of the Bella twins. I'm actually putting it towards Nikki. I know I used her both times as the loser, as the pin, but that's the first diva I can think of. All reality, look at Nikki. She's beaten AJ recently. if there's anyone that's in line that should be Divas Champion, Nikki Bella. That's where I'm putting my prediction on this one, but it's gonna be chaos! 13 Divas in the ring, and it's gonna take one pinfall. It's gonna be chaotic. There's probably going to be a lot of... What's probably going to happen is the Divas are going to start throwing each other through the ropes, over the ropes. It's going to end up being two people in the ring. Most likely, AJ and Nikki, as I said. I'm not going anywhere with this. As I said earlier, disclaimer. Anything can happen at WrestleMania. I might even put that in the description. Anything can happen at WrestleMania. I'm not even halfway through, and I'm halfway tempted to use my closing. Next, we have Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. And, oh, I'm ready for the yes moment. Yes, 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 yes. Do I even need to say anything more? After what happened on Monday Night Raw, where Daniel Bryan came out of nowhere, went after Triple H, got up and took out Batista, took out Randy Orton. He's fired up. He's no B-plus player. And even if he is, look at his former things. United States Champion, World Heavyweight Champion. It's not as if he hasn't won championships. He's actually been two-time former WWE Champion. Yes, I count those, even if he barely held the WWE Championship because, one, cashed in, second time he was removed from him. He still held it. He still was WWE Champion. And after he beats Triple H, he will go into the World Heavyweight Champion, WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. I'm not going to continue on what I think about that match yet, because I want to keep that towards the end. So, this is a to be continued till the end of this video. I'm really going to check my audio on this. Alright, next, we have the streak. The streak. What is usually the main event of, well, usually the second to main event, or the main event. We have The Undertaker taking on the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Let's look at this. The Brock Lesnar, of all people, could potentially end the streak, but we've been saying that probably all his matches. Look, he's faced the Big Show. He's faced Triple H twice. He's faced Shawn Michaels twice. The last 4 times versus Shawn Michaels and versus Triple H. We've all said these people could beat the streak. I mean, I'm not putting it past Brock Lesnar, but Undertaker. The Undertaker is going to have a 22-0 streak at WrestleMania. And once again, I want to say my catchphrase, but I got to keep it towards the end. You all know what the catchphrase is. If you want to insert it in your own mind of what I'm going to say, go ahead. On to the next match, which is going to be John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. I honestly could not see Cena losing to Bray Wyatt. Yes, Bray Wyatt is playing his mind games, but John Cena, Not just because of everything he's done, well, mainly because of everything he's done in the industry. I'm not putting it past Bray Wyatt. I mean, Bray Wyatt is new, fresh, but he could not, in a one-on-one situation, take on John Cena. This is why I feel that Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, they're going to be involved somehow. John Cena will beat Bray Wyatt. That's just the way I'm looking at it. I don't see John Cena losing to Bray Wyatt. Will it be probably a hard-fought match? Yeah. But it's not going to be a one-sided type match where John Cena's just going to dominate. But Cena will pull out that extra bit of energy he has and win the match against Bray Wyatt and keep his legacy. Finally, and yes, finally, we have reached the main event. Even, it might not be the main event, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the main event. Randy Orton defends the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Batista and Daniel Bryan. Yes, as I said earlier, Daniel Bryan's gonna beat Triple H. But for those who want me to be unbiased, which I should be in this, facing Daniel Bryan or Triple H? Daniel Bryan. Sorry, caught in my throat. Honestly, either way, even if it is Triple H, I mean, I won't put it past Triple H to make it a good match. I mean, it's going to be a good match even if it's Daniel Bryan or Triple H. Most people want Daniel Bryan to be in it, though. The thing is that I'm looking at is Daniel Bryan's going to have a hard-fought match against Triple H. I mean, he's shown us that he's got resiliency and everything, but he's going to be pretty worn out. There's a good... I can see at the end of WrestleMania Randy Orton walking out with the title still. I know most people want Daniel Bryan, but I don't know how ready he will be. I mean, he'll be ready up in here, but I guess, I mean, with all the, what's the word I'm looking for here? Adrenaline, he could potentially do it. I mean, getting a big adrenaline rush enough, he could take out. I guess I can't put it past Daniel Bryan to win. But I kind of don't see it. It will sort of surprise me. I mean, not surprised because he's not able, but he'll be pretty worn out and exhausted from his match against Triple H. And then, okay, here's the other side of if Triple H is in there. I mean, I can see Triple H not being too worn out, you know. I mean, not saying that Daniel Bryan wouldn't wear him out or anything. I'm just saying that Triple H has fought more wars and is more used to this. I'm not putting anything past Daniel Bryan. I support Daniel Bryan fully. It's just I could see Triple H being able to go through both those matches. Daniel Bryan, yeah, I could see him, but he's going to be worn. Triple H is not going to make it easy for him to go through both matches. Daniel Bryan's not going to make it too easy for Triple H either. But I don't know. In the end, I really would like to see Daniel Bryan leave as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He deserves it for the many times he's been screwed over. But I sort of see Randy Orton leaving it. And for the whole thing of Batista, I think he's just a WrestleMania standee. He came back to try and get the title. He ain't gonna get it, or he'll get it and then he'll lose it and then he'll be gone. I don't see Batista being here for too long. So anyways, that's my thoughts on WrestleMania. I can't wait to watch it. And as always, I'm Cody Heinzman. And finally, that's just how it is.